Today's horoscope, Sagittarius March 30th, 2022. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money, and compatibility with other signs. Connecting with the familiar can lift your spirits today and tomorrow, with the moon's move into your solar fourth house. Your frame of mind is intimate and warm, making it a good time to look within instead of worrying about what others are doing. It's a time of the lunar month for gathering your strength, special attention to your home or support system, and concerning yourself more with personal matters. Nevertheless, it can be a powerful time for influencing others through your ideas and communications, and there can be breakthrough insights now. It can be a time for firming up a project or clinching a deal. Your love horoscope. Despite having Mars and Venus sizzling through your communication sector, the moon's shift into dreamy Pisces today via your fourth house of home, family matters, and innermost feelings could be the reason you're more sensitive and emotionally receptive to your environment at this time. This hypersensitivity, however, isn't necessarily your strong suit, so don't be so hard on yourself. In fact, today's astro weather is urging you to take your time and be gentle with yourself. Mercury will also be glimmering through Aries and your romantic fifth house of love, passion, and pleasure, so let your heart guide you. Your career horoscope. Step into a different mindset today. Now that the moon is in mutable Pisces, it squares your sign. You may feel slightly stressed throughout this lunation thanks to the square, as you could feel restless. Luna is somewhat directionless in Pisces, implying that you may have difficulties focusing on your to-do list at work. Luckily, the lunar energy is incredibly hopeful, so you will have faith in your capabilities to get through your workday. If you have a hard time focusing, try to hold yourself accountable either by focusing on the pertinent tasks or working with someone else. Your finance horoscope. Apart from the moon's monthly visits to your income sector, Pluto will remain on his own until later in the year. As the planet of change and revolution moves into his final month in direct motion, he has his foot on the brake, something that is calling for a slower approach, but with a better sense of where the money is thanks to the moon's recent visit. Social life today. Private affairs will run smoothly thanks to your relaxed and open manner. No nasty surprises are waiting around the corner, and you have the chance to finally clear up an old misunderstanding. You are obviously a good listener, and give your family and friends the feeling that you're on the same wavelength as them. Your dating horoscope. You and you know who have been flirting for a while now. The big question is, will it ever turn into something more? Make your move today. Invite them to do something with you sometime. Flirting tips. Wherever you go, people are pleased to see you. Your poise, self-confidence in matters of the heart opens doors, and you come across as rather an interesting proposition whenever you arrive on the scene. Be sure to make the most of your availability and fully employ your willingness to show interest in others. Lucky numbers 1, 6, 16, 39, 43. Your well-being horoscope. Have you ever noticed how good intentions can sometimes misfire? The approach is often at fault, not the intention. So, it is with good health. If you want to steer yourself in a new direction, do so knowing that change is hard for anyone. Don't be any harder on yourself than you would a dear friend. The easiest things to change are habits that cause immediate effect. Increase the amount of water you drink and notice how your appetite decreases. Your daily numeroscope. Operating as a part of a team will make the best use of this day. This vibration greatly favors your participation in group settings. When several people come together and blend their talents and skills, there is no limit to what can happen. Try this approach when things don't come together in the way you want them to today. Rally everyone together to get things moving in a unified way. You will be pleased at the excellent results you see happen. Daily Planetary Overview. Today, the Pisces moon aligns with Uranus in Taurus, and taking the high road could be hard, especially when you know you're right. Rather than argue back and forth, take a step back from the drama and refuse to fight. You'll be able to resolve the situation more quickly if you don't have to have the last word, even if it's hard to do. The good news is that you'll be compelled to open your heart and speak your pearls of wisdom. Today is your once-in-a-lifetime chance to speak your truth with no judgment from others. That means you can tell your partner how you feel and how you want to improve the relationship. Under this luminary, their ears and heart will be wide open. Also, watch out for people taking advantage of you, or vice versa, under this watery moon. Setting boundaries can be challenging for everyone, especially if you tend to be too nice and understanding. If you feel as though you're being taken for granted, it's time to set some limits. You shouldn't give endlessly without being appreciated. Sky for today. In the pre-dawn hours, Juno aligns with Saturn in Aquarius, offering maturity within our relationships. If we've been experiencing conflict with a partner, we can use this influence to address our challenges. Focus on finding solutions instead of assigning blame. By speaking respectfully and keeping an open mind in serious discussions, our attention turns to the future. Career or marriage expectations may be brought to the table, and we feel duty-bound to weigh the pros and cons of freedom versus restriction. However, we will ultimately find conscious ways to navigate tough issues if we are committed to building a union that is sustainable. If unpartnered, this aspect can indicate a period where we find ourselves drawn to those who are older than us. Entering a relationship under this aspect would be one in which intellectual compatibility is prioritized, and friendship is the basis of the engagement. Juno-Saturn might not signal a steamy romance, but bonds solidified now are those with serious staying power. After nightfall, the Pisces moon sextiles Uranus in Taurus, stimulating surprise encounters and events. We are currently in the dark of the moon in the run-up to the March 31st Aries new moon. While we are releasing and decompressing, we are simultaneously subject to an interesting inflow of information and revelations. Reflect on what is coming through for you at this time. What messages seem to be following you around? What random occurrences may be synchronicities offering hidden clues? Mystically engaging with the mundane benefits us now. If it seems like you are groping in the dark, you may not be as lost as you think.